Now printing in AutoCAD. Let's go back to our drawing. It's very, very simple. First, let me change the background color to black so you don't get confused. I'll change it back to black. Select white. Okay. I'll say apply and close. Then I'll say okay. Sorry. Let's come again. Color. I didn't select black. Thought I did. But black is there now. I'll apply and close. So I have my black now. Apply and say okay. Now it's not like because this place is black we cannot print from this point. If I want to print, I can decide to print from here, or I can decide to go to layout. These are the two ways to print. If you want to print from model view, if I prefer to print from model view, the reason why I have to go to layout to print is maybe because I'm sending the drawing to somebody who is not close to me. Alright. If I want to print right away, I don't have time going to layout to start arranging. Okay, let's start with printing in model view. Now I'll go to file, then go to plot, or press Ctrl P on your keyboard. Plot. When I click on plot, it will boot and bring out the plot mode there. So I'll select the name of printer or plotter. This is my printer. I'll select this. This printer prints only on only on A4 and below. Now select the paper size A4. Now I'll say I want it to fit to the paper. The number of copies is just 1. This time I'm not printing to scale. I just want to print and make it expand on the paper. I'll still show you how to print with scale if you want to print with scale. That is how you want it to be exactly. When you measure it with ruler on paper, that's how it's going to look like. At times when you want to print with scale, you might not enjoy the output. I'll say center the plot. Now I will now come to what to plot. Instead of display, I'll come to select window. By the time I click on window, it will bring me to this point whereby it will tell me specify first corner. I'll click on this point as my first corner. It immediately asks me on my command line to specify opposite corner. I'll come to the alternate corner and click. Once I click, it will take me back to this point. So this is the preview of the drawing, how it's going to look like when I eventually print it. I'll say apply to layout. When I preview, I'll see how my drawing is going to look like when I print it. If I want to print, I'll right click and just click on plot straight. It will boot to print, but still this message will still come because I don't have my printer installed. Okay, if I had my printer installed, it will print out for me. This is one way to print. I come again. I can come through this point, plot, and I click on it. It will take me to the same place. Now, window, after selecting my printer. Okay, let's assume I have a bigger printer that prints A3. Now there's a system default which AutoCAD installs for you, especially for you that is learning. To tell me the paper size in the layout is not supported by that, I'll say okay. Let me check the ranges of paper that this printer can print. So a small paper that it can print. I don't want this. I'll go to, let me look for a larger printer, a larger default printer. Usually AutoCAD comes with a default printer which can print a large document. Now let's try this. the plotter configuration is not set up to the current layout paper size. AutoCAD type to whatever. Let me say yes and see. Okay, good. This printer is it's a supposed large printer. I've not seen it before, but from the setting here, it shows it can print even up to A1. So I'll try to look for A3. A3 is double of A4, while A2 is double of A3. So I'll say A3, which is the default paper size that we use to print a drawing. Okay, I'll say I want it to fit to paper, center of plot. I'll select it. Now I'll say window, first point, second point, apply to layout. Let me preview and see. So it's still the same way it's going to show. It's going to expand. It's going to expand the drawing to fit into the A3 paper. This time, instead of printing, I don't want to print. I'll just exit. Okay, to take me there, I'll say cancel. I don't want to print. Okay, so that's one way to print. That's making use of the modal view to print. I can decide to print from my layout. To print a layout is also very, very simple. I'll go and arrange the drawing. Okay, what I'll do is this. I'll click on this border, try to expand it. Now when you go to layout, it's everything that will show. I'll expand it, just in case you're sending the drawing on the internet to somebody that will do the printing. Now I will double click inside. Now as I'm zooming, you find out that the drawing remains constant while the paper shrinks and increases. So this time, but when I double click inside, the borderline becomes thick. When I double click outside, the borderline becomes faint, that I can carry it. Let me double click inside. So, but for you to double click inside, make sure you're seeing the whole. You're seeing the whole paper. If not, you can run into trouble of losing your drawing in this layout. So I'll double click inside now. When I double click inside, if I make use of the zoom, find out that the paper remains constant. That's the layout paper, while the drawing increases in magnitude. So I'll make use of this pan. All right. Let's make use of window. I want to see only this. In this case, I'll double click outside. Okay, in this case, if I want to print from this, I don't need this rectangle anymore. See, by the time I double click outside, the paper can increase while the drawing remains. Drawing cannot move. It's just the paper that will be moving. In order not for us to have two borderline, what I'll do is this. I'll double click inside. Then I'll select this one, the initial borderline, and erase it. Okay, then I'll come to extend. Try to extend this borderline. Sorry, because there's nothing for it to hit here. That's why it's not moving. So I'll just select it and draw it. I'll draw it across. Put on my auto. Do the same thing here. Or leave this side. Now I'll double click outside. I want you to know that you see this border line. Anything that is outside this dotted line you're seeing will not show. So make sure your borderline is in between. Right, that way, when you want to print, you just go to print or plot straight. Now select the printer. Let's say this, then paper size A4. Now what to print is layout. I'm printing the layout. There's no need saying scale. I'll preview. So this is how it's going to bring it out for me. But I'm not seeing this upper line. I right click and exit. I come to this point. I can click and bring it down. So let's try it again. Select the printer. Print my A4 for me. Layout. Apply to layout. See preview. So it's okay like this. But me, usually I don't like to print. So if you I'll exit because I don't want to print. I can decide to give it a name for the person that wants to print it. The person might be a novice. So by the time I call him on phone, I will say print this layout, print that, print this, okay. I'll right click on the layout. I'll see rename. I'll say front. I'll click on OK. I'll click on this layout too. It will bring out everything again. So I'll go and rearrange it just like the way I did the first one. That's the same way I'll arrange this. Come down. Go up this time around. Maybe I want to print my picture. Double click inside. Make use of this zoom. So if I'm not there, I'll just tell the person to just print everything, print all the old layouts. Double click outside. Okay. I'll give it a name. Right click, rename. Pics. And say okay. So if I come to this place, I have my front elevation, I have the pics. I can add another layout. Right click, new layout. Okay, I can give it a name again. I can continue like that. I can have up to like 10 drawings or 10 sheets of drawings I want to print at the same time. I can arrange them. So let me go back to model view. Now if you want to print, say you want to print to scale, go to file, plot. This is the printer. Now you don't have to use you can use center of plot, but don't say fit to paper. Okay, you can just come here, say you want to print scale 1:1, but using scale 1:1 it will be too large. Okay, that is 1000 being 1000 on paper. The drawing will be too large. Let's use scale 1:100. Okay, and let's use A4. Let's see what's up. A4. Apply. If we're using scale 1:100, this is how the drawing is going to look like on A4 paper. Okay. So that's how to select your scale. You can select any scale you want. You can use scale 1:50 to be large. Preview. Okay, that's how to print to scale. But usually we print for it to fit the paper. So folks, I'll not say this is the end of AutoCAD, but I'll say this is just where it begins. I'm going to be signing out here, hoping you enjoyed yourself teaching yourself AutoCAD. In the next edition, I'll be teaching you 3D, three-dimensional drawing, which you'll be able to draw something like this and many more. Alright, I'll show you this just like I showed you before. I have it here. I've already JPEG'd it. This is the drawing before I did the roofing. Let me preview it so that you see. Okay, this is a boat house. This is the drawing after adding the roof. Then I decided to sit on top. Don't ask me how, but the most important thing is that I'm sitting on top. These are two small speedboats beside it. Okay, I did it for a company on the island. I like it, to be precise. So good so far, folks. This is the end of two-dimensional drawing. We'll be coming out with other reviews. For now, it's not easy, you know. I want you to enjoy this. Alright, see you. If you have any complaint, any question, okay, or you need us for seminar to train your staff or yourself in question on AutoCAD, do not hesitate to call my numbers. These are my numbers: 081-85210-387. That's my Etisalat number, and my MTN number 0803-5509757. Okay.